All right, so we're in the shop. It's raining. It looks like most of the storms that were coming in today is Friday, looks like most of the storms coming in are going to be below Atlanta. But there's still a good bit of wind advisories and all kinds of stuff going on up here in North Georgia. So I don't really have anything particularly planned. Y'all should be used to that. But maybe some light duty rants. I know some folks seem to enjoy that, and I like giving a rant when they're useful. So, as you know, my brother's Willys truck is currently for sale, and it's been a minute since I sold a Willys truck. I don't forget how to do it, but what I did forget is the nightmare that it is dealing with the public on something. So, we'll do a little addendum to the how to buy a Willys truck, how to sell Willys truck videos. We'll do a little update on it, I guess. There's a couple of key things you want to do when you're looking at buying a vintage truck, any vehicle really, but this is specifically vintage vehicles. First thing you want to do, all right, number one, is at least have some kind of an idea of what you're looking at, like a mild idea. That's usually helpful. If you've never seen a vintage Willys truck, you've seen pictures of them one time, or you think a Willys truck is international, which a lot of people do for some reason, if you're in that group, do a little light duty research before you start scouring the internet and talking to people about Willys trucks. All right, it'll save you trouble. It'll save me trouble and other people that sell Willys trucks. Number two is try not to be an absolute plague on society. Now, I know what you're saying. Now, what are you talking about, Red Clay Travel? What do you mean? Well, what I mean is things like this. Guy says he wants to come look at the truck. I'm coming to look at it. I want to look at it right now. I'm going to come look at it. Here's the time. I'm coming tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. And then just doesn't show up. At least he had the decency, though, to jerk me around for a full day telling me he's coming. Then to send me a message, like 10 minutes before he would have left to get here. Don't call me, though you got my number. Don't be an adult. Don't let me know. Just send me a message. Make it hard on me to find out. It's not like I've rearranged my life or anything like that, just to entertain you to come down here and look at it. And that comes to the third point. Don't go look at vehicles that you don't have any ability to get, like, at all. I can't tell you the number of people that want something for free and they want me to deliver it for free. They want me to load it for nothing. Just the whole life shuts down because they don't have the ability to transport, pay for somebody else to transport, or anything like that. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Hang on just a moment. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So this is like 2 days later from the start of this video. I'm wearing different clothes. It's a different day. I'm outside. It's not raining. I got distracted, trailed off. I had to help my brother unload some stuff when I was filming the beginning of this video. Anyway, I rewatched it, and if I remember correctly, I was rambling about the woes of selling Willys trucks to the general public. So we'll try to pick back up from where I left off. Let's see. I was talking about how if you're going to buy something, you should have the ability to transport it or something. And not only that, all right, it's a very ill practice, in my opinion, to go look at things that are hours away from where you live without the money to either A, buy it, or at least put down a payment on it, and B, be able to bring it back with you today. And let me expand on why that's a bad decision. You lose all negotiating power that you have, if you have any skill in it at all, when you show up and you don't have the money to buy it and the ability to take it away that same day. So if you drive 2 hours down here to look at this truck behind me right here, this one right there, if you drive 2 hours down here and you're telling me you're just coming down here to look at it, and then you expect to beat me up on the price and all this, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get any kind of negotiation from me whatsoever because you don't have the money and you can't transport it the same day. So I'm under no obligation to be reasonable on price, negotiate anything. Why would I? You're not going to take it today. So why would I go through the trouble, the dog and pony show of working out a better price for you when you didn't even do the bare minimum to make it possible for yourself? These are basic things. They don't have anything to do with just vintage vehicles. It goes for anything. If you're going to go buy a patio set off a marketplace and you show up without the money to buy it or the ability to transport it, why would you think that that person's going to negotiate with you and come off $100 on the patio set? It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. All right, and beyond that, it's very common for people to just constantly hit that prompt that Facebook wants you to use that says, is this item available? All right. That's deeply aggravating. It's deeply aggravating for multiple factors. When you're writing me, is this truck available 32 minutes after I posted it, it's ridiculous. Lots of times I don't even respond because it's such a ridiculous notion. All right. You don't have to send that prompt. When you go to send the message, it'll be there. You can erase it and then write whatever you want. You don't have to send, is this available? I've gotten 75 of them in the last 2 days. Is it available? Well, the damn thing's posted on there, isn't it? So it's probably available. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be posted on there. I have never, in my career as a Willys man, ever sent a message to somebody and it not be for sale when I sent it. Okay? So it's a wasted effort. All right. So if you're in the Willys business, in the business of buying a Willys, all right, if you're looking for one, like just conduct yourself the way you would wish to be conducted with. If you were selling something, would you want to answer endless stupid questions about the availability of something that's clearly available? Would you like to have to be jerked around for hours on end, back and forth with people that don't know anything about the item you're selling, and they're telling you that you're misrepresenting what the truck is? Things like that. It's aggravating. And then my personal favorite is, does the truck have a bumper? Does it have a bumper? Does it have one? Is there a bumper? Is it? Does it? Is there one? Is there one somewhere? Is it? If you look closely, all right, if you look in this quadrant right here, there's not a bumper, okay? There's no bumper. There's never been a bumper, okay? I don't know if you can hear any of this because this microphone's doing weird. Let's see, let's clip it here. Clip it there. All right, there's no bumper. There wasn't a bumper on this truck when I got it, all right? I'm not holding out on you. I don't have a bumper. I don't have one. If I had one, you'd see it attached to the truck. Or if it was laying in the bed, I'd make mention of the fact that it did have a bumper that was laying in the bed. Asking me every 14 seconds, does it have a bumper? Why do you think that I have a bumper and I'm just not telling you? You read the paragraph and a half on the ad that I wrote that goes into detail about the truck, its rust, its drip rail, its bed, its tires, its all of it. And no, but he probably is holding out on me about the bumper. Guys, you know, just stop. Stop it. It doesn't help. It aggravates people. My likelihood of being reasonable in conversation during negotiation about a vehicle goes down the more you aggravate me. If I feel slightly aggravated by you, I'm already going to not be as negotiable as I might have been. All right? It's not a power trip thing. It's just a human interaction thing where you just expect courtesy and decency. If you ask me, what's the lowest you'll take? And I tell you, and then you immediately, before I can finish saying what's the lowest I'll take, offer me $3,000 less than that, you're an asshole. It's what you are, okay? Because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you ask me what the lowest bottom dollar I'll take and then immediately come at me with $3,000 below the number I gave you? Why would you do that? Why? Why? It doesn't make any sense. No sense. None. All right? I get told this. I had a guy write me a few days ago. Told me this truck right here isn't worth $5,000. That's top end value that it's worth. Absolute maximum value. All right. I'd like to see a truck in this condition for $5,000 anywhere this side of the Mississippi. I'd like to see it, because if it existed, I'd already have it. It'd be sitting out here. I'd be filming videos on it. It doesn't exist over here. The ones on there that are in worse shape than this, they're on there for $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. If they're in good a shape as this one or better, they have better paint on, they're 15 grand, 12 grand, 12,800, 15,500, 16. There's ones on there for 25, okay? So this guy's right in me telling me that this truck, a lot of people will tell you it's only worth $3,500. I could take the wheels off of it and sell them for $1,000. Okay, I don't know when the last time you looked around for factory Willys wheels were, but they're expensive as hell. All right, extremely expensive for original wheels. I could literally sell the wheels for $1,000. All right, if I pulled the engine out, the engine's worth about $1,000. All right, so there we are. We're already at $2 grand, and I still have the rest of the truck. The bed's in really good shape. The bed's probably worth a minimum of $1,500 to $2 grand, depending on who you're looking at, who you're trying to sell it to. All right. These hoods, you can't buy this hood. It doesn't exist. You can't buy a replica one. It's not there. It doesn't exist. That hood, I've seen them for as high as $1,000 if they're in good shape. But the whole truck together, running and drivable, $3,500 max. Think about that. This guy licked the Cheeto dust off his fingertips, went down to his mother's basement, and decided to write this crap to me. Why? Shouldn't he be playing Fortnite or some crap that the kids play these days? Why is he writing me these ludicrous statements about something that he clearly knows nothing of? Nothing. And then I get the classic, the one I get a lot. That truck's not worth that much over here. I went all the way to Arkansas to buy this truck right here. Arkansas, all right? That's not that close. It was about 10 hours to get this truck. And, the whole idea that this truck isn't worth more by bringing it over here is ridiculous, because I've proven that to be a falsehood repeatedly, multiple times, all right? It's worth more just because it's over here than it is in Arkansas, because there's quite a few decent ones in Arkansas. The farther west you go, the higher the quality gets, all right? The farther east you go, the shittier they get. The more rotted out, the frames are bent and twisted, the tub or the cab corners are rotted off, the fenders are destroyed, because they're sold over here in snow and it's a damper climate. So when you grab a truck out of Oklahoma or Arkansas and you drag it 1,000 miles back over here and you set it in an environment where there's not another one similar in condition to it anywhere in the southeast, it commands a higher value. And everybody with a brain knows that. All right? Everybody. Because there's trucks on there right now in horrendous condition that they still want $8 grand for, which on this side of the country is actually pretty standard, because to find one at all over here is rather difficult. Find one in moderately good condition is damn near impossible. Okay? That's why I've only bought one good truck in the entire state of Georgia. One. All the rest of them have come from out west, because they rot immediately here. So, this is all just a little cursory overview of what it's like. If you've got a Willys truck or any vintage vehicle and you're trying to sell it, just be prepared for this, because this is what you're going to deal with constantly. People taking time out of their day to tell you you're an idiot and all this kind of crap, because they saw a picture of a Willys one time in a catalog, and that means that they're an expert now. The other thing you'll run into is this truck right here, its title says it's a 61. It was sold to me as a 60. All right? But it's got a split windshield. 60, allegedly, is the last year of the split windshield. All right? See the windshield? See how it's split right there? That's allegedly the last year is 1960. The cool thing about that, though, is that Willys did whatever the hell they wanted to do. And sometimes Willys would put a split windshield in a later model. Sometimes they put it in another one. There's not a clear cutoff. A lot of this stuff happens mid-year. They stop doing certain things. Now, I've seen flat grill trucks that were a 50. I've seen V-grill trucks that were a 50, because they switched to the V-grill in middle 50. So you'll see them both in that year range. That doesn't mean one's fake and the other one isn't. It just means that they changed body styles mid-year or 3/4 of the year in. This is not a foreign concept at all. So this truck's got a 61 title, probably, if I had to guess, probably because it was made in 60, and then it probably wasn't sold till 61, and then that's when it was titled. Or when they went and got a title for it, somebody 50 years ago told them it was a 61 by mistake when they got the title for it somewhere. Either way, it's virtually irrelevant, and it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. The title matches the truck. The cab matches the frame. I've read the serial number on the frame myself. It all matches. It's all fine. It's not an issue. Not an issue at all. So, and the fact that it's split windshield makes it better for most people. So why people are writing me, telling me that I'm lying about what year it is, because it's split windshield, here's another little news flash for you. You can put a split windshield in a 64 truck. You can put a one-piece windshield in a 40s truck. You can do that because they're damn perfect interchangeability. So you can do that. I've seen 49s with single-piece windshields. It doesn't mean that truck's actually not a 49. It just means somebody put the wrong windshield in it over the course of its 70 years of existence. All right? Once again, not complicated, not strange at all. It's rather standard. So yeah, that's a little light-duty rant. This is the truck. It runs pretty good. Brand new tires, brand new brake lines. The biggest problem that's arose here recently is it sprung a leak in its radiator. Right in the middle center. For some reason, it decided to start leaking. I don't know why. It's rather strange. The drip rail on this truck is phenomenal. It's got a little bit of, somebody smeared a little bit of Bondo on it in a couple different places. There's a little bit right there. Looks like they smeared some back there on the back of the cab. A little touch on the door, but the doors are in phenomenal shape on this truck. If you've ever been around a Willys truck, we got this tarp on it right now because this window's missing, which is in the ad, by the way. I didn't keep that a secret. The door on it's just as straight and pretty as you please. Now, the guy I got this from, who I've talked about before, was not a particularly pleasant man to deal with at all. He was extremely abusive to his grandson in front of me, and I don't like that. But it would make sense why he primered a truck that didn't need to be primered, because he didn't bother to do any of the work to get it ready to primer it. He just primered over the paint. So that makes the primer not look super kosher because he didn't bother to do anything that made any sense. But overall, you're talking about a solid 8 out of 10 on this truck. The frame is immaculate. Immaculate. Because they're very prone to bend or break right in the center between the cab and the bed. Very prone for that to happen. I've seen them for sale before that were broken in half right at this middle divide right there. Just snapped. The whole cab and everything just bowed in right here. This truck's frame is flawless. Its fenders are all intact. Very serviceable. The bed's in pretty dang good shape above all. It's got dents and shit in it. But I don't know if you know this or not. This was a 1-ton, 4-wheel drive work truck, okay? They didn't buy it to tootle around and go to the movies in. So they're generally going to be a little rough because they were used to work. It's what they're for, all right? It's like when you see a 1-ton truck today, most of the time, they're not in that great a shape if they've got a few years on them because people are using them every day. Same thing with this. Same thing, all right? It's not really complicated. I don't know if she'll bust off today because it got pretty cold last night. We'll see if she will. Need to hook the choke cable up on it. But we'll see if she'll crank. It cranked good the other day without the choke, though, so it's warmer today. I'm sorry if I'm beating the hell out of this microphone. I'm not trying to. probably gonna have to choke it. I'll have to pop the hood. The cable on it was broke when I bought the truck. So much is gonna do it right now. Let me pop the hood and see if we can't choke it real quick. See if we can't get her to crank. She cranked real quick the other day. It has been raining an excessive amount. I got the CJ5 up there idling, warming it up, because we're gonna go for a little light duty drive here in a second. Another thing I've been more than honest about when I talk to these people on the phone is the hood latch on these trucks were extremely delicate. And so this one's missing. So the only thing holding it down is its safety latch, because this is broke off. The hood's immaculate other than this one thing. So I was waiting around to find a crappy hood, pull off its spring mechanism right here, because all of it's there. It's just somebody slammed the hood and apparently snapped that off of it because they made it very, very thin for some reason. I don't know why Willys did that, but by this point, this ain't even a true Willys anyway. All right? This is a Kaiser. All right? Keep that in mind. Take this old bath oil cleaner off. See if we can't choke her. I can get my hands to work. Can't get the choke to hold because there's nothing to hold the choke down. Brittany, can you come here? Hold this down. Just hold that lever for me. All right, got Brittany holding the choke down. Let's see if she'll crank now. Hold it down again, girl. Why do you keep running away? It's an old truck. It's got to warm up a little bit. You keep letting off the choke so quick. No, you ain't on camera. Choke it. What I'm saying is it needs a damn choke cable because my choker over here isn't doing too good. But once it gets warmed up, it runs amazing. Runs pretty good. It's stumbling right now. So, You can hear it running. It's idled up a little bit. It's been so damn cold. Didn't want to idle until it got warm. So it's idled up just a touch. It doesn't knock, doesn't have any ticks, any rattles. It smokes a little bit when you first crank it, but nothing too excessive for a truck that hasn't been run hardly at all in the last 25 years. Runs pretty good. I've had trucks that didn't run nowhere near as good as this and sold them no problem because they did run, all right? A choke cable able to crank fine from inside the cab. Yeah. Runs real good. Like I say, it's been, last night it was like 25 degrees. So, sat cold, blocked, completely cold, has not been cranked today. As soon as it's actually choked, cranks right up. So, the radiator, like I say, this radiator is leaking right in the dead center of it on the other side. It's a very slow leak, so it's nothing crazy. It's still full of radiator fluid, antifreeze. But yeah. They get a gas cap for it. It's got a brand new gas tank, filler neck, all that. Fenders are all serviceable. They've got some cracks in the paint. They've had a little bit of Bondo smeared on them. But the main part of the body is what matters, and it's good. Floor is like, I'd say 95, 96%. It's got a little hole in it right there, little hole there. But it's the original floor. Toolboxes are still intact. Well, I can't flip it without. That down there, that's the bell housing inspection cover thing. But the floors are there. All right, I can't do it all one-handed right now, but floors are there, doors are intact, rocker panel's good, cab corner's good. Somebody smeared a little Bondo right there. Drip rail's real nice. All up in here is real nice. Side glass is cracked. Oh. Four-wheel drive works. Goes through all gears real nice. It's got a brand new master cylinder, brake lines. That carburetor's brand new. That carb was like, I think that carb was, it was a new old stock Carter carburetor. That damn thing was like $500. It made a world of difference. So what I'm getting at is it's a damn solid truck. So I just get tired of getting jerked around. I know it's part and parcel of selling shit, but I mean, it's just, some of it's just ridiculous. And these are men double my age doing this to me. Every one of these ones I've told you that's been jerking me around are men double my age. And I guess that's what I find disappointing, because I just expect guys that were alive at the time when this truck was new could have went and bought one at the dealership, I don't know, to maybe know a little bit about them if they're interested in them now at 85. You know, it just seems like they'd be, you know, maybe I'm assuming too much. I don't know. But you can hear it. Hear that damn thing running like a Singer-sewing machine, all right? If it was up to me, it wouldn't be being sold. It's a sick unit. It's got Warren locking hubs on it, everything. It's nice. The brakes do need adjusting a little bit. Got to pump them once before they catch good, and that's just because they're slightly out of adjustment. We got to get them adjusted right. We haven't had a chance. It's been raining all the time. Well, let me show you the driver's floor too. Y'all have seen this truck before, but I'm showing it again. So there's the driver's floor. Right there, the cross hatches right there means it's original. It's got the other little latch right there. That means it's original, all right? Got the data plate in its original location right there on the side. This rocker's pretty good. This fender's not bad. Get back here. Frame's in immaculate shape. It's got its tailgate. It's beat up like they normally are. Your rear cross member is pretty good. There's that brand new gas tank right there. Brand new. Brand new. Exhaust sounds pretty nice too. I like it. It's got all its side panels here. Those are worth money by themselves. I've seen these for $50, $65 a piece all day long because they're hard to find. Cowl's not rotted out. It's a solid truck. And now, I'll turn it off real quick. And then I think we're gonna go tootle around on the CJ5. Let's see, will it crank right back? Let's see. Yeah, it will. The biggest thing I think people seem to forget when they're looking at these old trucks is that it is, in fact, an old truck. So I get people asking me, can I drive it from here to Kansas? Can I drive it from here to Tupelo, Mississippi? It wouldn't have been pleasant driving this truck brand new in 60 or 61. It wouldn't have been pleasant to drive it that far. Why do you think you can drive it now all the way out there? Why? Why would people think that? I don't know. But they ask me that kind of crap all the time. And it circles back to people not having an ability to transport something of their own. So they just think they're going to drive some old truck 4,000 miles somewhere. That's not how it works. But anyway, I am the Regulate Traveler. This is the Willys truck that's worth absolutely no more than $3,500. And I'm going to go tool around with my smoking hot girlfriend in my CJ5. All right? That's what my life's about. All right? I'm going to go tootle around the CJ5, and y'all can soak up some of this content whenever I get it posted. I might do another Sunday drive and a four-wheel drive, but I am the Regulate Traveler. Remember, no matter what, no matter how ignorant the comments are, just remember that you're the man with the Willys. You don't have to take disrespect from nobody. You understand? If you're a man with the Willys and they're disrespectful, they're the ones absent of a Willys. They've been weighed on the scale of the Willys, and they have been found wanting. So they don't have any authority over you of any kind. Tell them to pound sand, all right? Willys truck, you guessed it, Willys truck. Yeah, get it.